while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. The Browns, they have scored again to add on to their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now Tre'Davious White on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hicks. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. A swing pass caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jordan Matthews, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And it's 17-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A deep ball for it got his man. Complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doxson, 76 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, When I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play here for the Bills. 53 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills cut into that lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long. The Redskins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. 23 yards on the play. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now he steps away, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
So you knew one way or another that you needed 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll need to get the ball back.
So, Brandon, the question is, how do you accomplish that? You can onside kick it, but remember, since you've got all 3 timeouts, you can still kick it deep and try to play defense.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he is all the way up past the 25. So the game-sealing play from Josh Norman. What a big one that was.
He's a guy that loves being the center of attention. And I think to play that position, you have to have that feeling because oftentimes you will be isolated out there against some of the best the game has to offer. And how about him finishing off this one with a game-clinching interception?
On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The Redskins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.